Yesterday I was telling you how my potatoes froze and my trees burned because I didn't follow the second law of plant growth, which is temperature. And all this time I had the solution. Right here I'm on the back porch of my house and I have the LaCrosse Alert thermometer, which tracks and updates me and gives me alarms when the temperatures get too hot or too cold. There are several LaCrosse units that you can purchase, so it can be a little confusing, but don't worry, I have a link below that gives you the exact unit that I use at the lowest price. I also have the same LaCrosse Alert unit with the probe that I use that goes down into the blower exhaust here in the citrus greenhouse with the rock geothermal, and this gives me two temperature readings. It gives me the temperature reading of the air coming out of the tube so I can see how proficient my geothermal system is, and it gives me the air temperature in the greenhouse. I actually have 3 of these thermometers on my property, and they all have alert capabilities. And here in my original geothermal greenhouse with the dirt geothermal system, here behind all the ceilings, I've got another LaCrosse Alert thermometer with a probe going into the geothermal exhaust. And this saved me several years ago when I first started this. The HVAC fan that I had blowing for my geo-air system stopped in the middle of the night. It was a very, very cold winter night. It was working great. The temperatures were fine. And then when it stopped, the temperature started lowering in the greenhouse, as you can imagine, and my alarm went off about 2 o'clock in the morning. It was sitting right next to my bed on my phone, and I jumped up, came in, saw what the problem was. Of course, I had a backup fan, which is in there right now. I installed that backup fan. In the meantime, I grabbed my kerosene heater and warmed up the greenhouse while I did the exchange. So that one occasion, that $11 that I spent that year saved my entire crop in the greenhouse.
I wanted to show you exactly how cool this is and why I've had this in my greenhouse for over 5 years now. First thing about the LaCrosse Alert Mobile is that you can share it with multiple people. Between Rexburg and Pocatello, there are 23, 24, 25, I've lost count, somewhere between 20 and 30 geothermal greenhouses modeled after my greenhouses here. And so we share data with each other, and so we can compare our results. So very cool that you can share the data. So my wife logs in to this on her computer, but generally on her mobile phone, and monitors the temperatures in that greenhouse. Let me go ahead and log in and show you how this works. So here we are logged in. Even if you don't have a greenhouse, that's no worries. I still recommend you get one of these because our first thermometer that we have, is, like I showed you, is on the back porch. And it can give me an alert when the temperatures start getting low in case I miss a forecast and get caught off guard like I did. So it can really help you protect your garden from cold weather when it's outside. Here currently it's 48 degrees outside. I do not have a probe on this. I don't have any alerts set for either the sensor or the probe or the humidity. It's a pretty cold, wet, windy day here. And it does show me that I need to replace the battery, but the link quality is great and it's currently updating. So this is all great. I can look at the information on a chart so I can see the highs and lows. This is very simple. This is the humidity and this is the temperature down here. This is for the last 24 hours, or I can click on week and I can see the history for the entire week. Here, if I want to go into more data, I just click on the table and I can see data from today, May 21st at 10:28, all the way back to May 7th. So it's 3 weeks of data that I can review. And I have mine set to update every 15 minutes, so I get a pretty constant update on what's going on. You can set that here in the settings section, and you can change the intervals to whatever you'd like it to be. So in addition to the back porch, I have the dirt geo-air, which is where we grow seasonal vegetables, and the rock geo-air. And this is where I made my mistake. And I had it originally set up this way, but I forget to do that. And that I don't have alarms set. It's all it would have taken for me to do to save those trees is to have the alarm set. All you have to do is come over here, click alert, and for the temperature, if the temperature say goes above say 70 or below say 35, I could create that alert. You can see here enhanced alerts for this device have expired. It's $11, folks. For $11, I could have saved hundreds of dollars worth of trees. Hundreds. Don't be like me. Spend the $11 a year and get the alert set up. It's something I completely overlooked. I just got relaxed with the system and I didn't renew the $11 a year. All you have to do is create alert, and now it shows you right here that I have my alert set. For the probe, I can do the same thing. I can add an alert there. Say the temperature goes above, say, 65 degrees, and it drops below 45 degrees. Set that alert. So anytime either of these sensors or probes hit these minimum or maximums, I will get a mobile alert on my cell phone. I've done that in the past when we've been away from home and called my brother-in-law who lives down the road, and he came over and opened up the greenhouses for us. If I had my levelers in the geothermal greenhouse so they automatically opened up when the greenhouse got hot, I wouldn't be worrying about this. But don't worry about it anyway. Simply get the LaCrosse Alerts mobile and get set up for either your outside gardens for low temperature so you can cover it with plastic so you don't lose your plants, or your greenhouse for highs and low temperatures. It's a great device. Highly recommend it. I tell everybody who comes over and looks at the greenhouses, this is what I recommend. This is what I use. I got laxed. It's my fault. Don't do the same thing that I did. Get your garden protected. Use the link below. Get the best price. Help support this channel and save your garden. This is LDSPrepper reminding you, if you are prepared, you shall not fear. Simply get prepared by getting a LaCrosse mobile alert. Set it up in your garden, set it outside, set the maximum and minimums, pay the $11 a year, and save your garden.